Hey everyone, welcome to the GameGravy Rewind podcast. This is Michael speaking, and this is episode 65. And with me today, I have Dante and Chris.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey guys.
So, since the last time we had our last podcast, we were anticipating the information on the Nintendo Switch. We had no idea what to expect, and then that happened, which was great. We did do a live co-host of the stream, but it was forced to be removed because we did it on YouTube instead of Twitch, and we learned our lesson on that.
Yes.
It was fun to do, but next time we will be doing it on Twitch. So there we go. So let's start it off. I know there was mixed response from different groups of people on super excited to not really excited or very leery on not sharing how they feel about the system in games. But Dante has very nicely put together a Nintendo Switch pros and cons list. Personally, I was excited. I was really mad until the point where they talked about Zelda because I was mad they didn't talk about Zelda, and then they did it at the end and it made me happy. So I was going to be really pissed about that if they didn't. So anyways, Dante, let's kick us off here on the pros and cons list. And we can each run through. So I already said I was excited. You guys can talk about if you were or if you weren't and why, and then we'll run into the list.
Okay.
I'm kind of bipolar about the whole thing because I like the rest of you love Nintendo, but I'm not willing to give them a free pass on some of the stuff that's going on with it.
Sure.
But there's a lot of pros. Like I think the system itself is incredible. Like the tech itself and the ability to make it for it to be portable and a home console. Like I think that's an incredible way to go. Yeah. Being able to consolidate, all of your developers onto one system, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You're going to have an absurd amount of games on the system and a large variety of games on the system. So, and I think that lets them experiment with different graphical styles and things like that to save battery life and everything too. So, not everything has to look like Zelda or Skyrim or anything like that. It can,
Yeah, absolutely.
you can have the 1-2 switch and things like that. That'll have better battery life.
Right.
What about
But
you, Chris? Or sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, no, I mean like the first major the plus on there was no region lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That way we can import titles from Japan, or if that don't come here, and we can actually play them without having to modify anything on the console.
Sure. I'm hoping titles that we've grown accustomed to not getting, we can bring in and at least have an English translation. It doesn't have to be full voice work or anything like that, but just give us a translation and we can buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
The use of USB-C to charge the unit is incredibly smart and very forward thinking, and I love that they decided to go with a normal charging system instead of something proprietary.
Yeah,
like they usually
if you're
do.
Traveling, you can easily charge it and not have issues.
Actually, my phone actually uses the USB-C charger, so I'm like all happy about that. To be honest.
Yep.
That's great. That's
my
convenient.
fiance's does the same.
Yeah, it's 2 for
So
1. You'll always have a cable in the car or wherever you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a lot easier to find a USB-C cable in an airport or an office or your home.
But power packs that are compatible via USB, you could plug it into a power pack if you want.
Exactly. One of the other things is expandable memory being very cheap, as opposed to having to buy an external hard drive or a laptop hard drive to put into the system. You can grab a SD XC card and throw it in there.
Yep.
And you've got more memory.
Are you going through the pros and cons list right now?
I'm just all pros right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is all pros.
Did you see the price for the SD card for them? I've never seen them, so like I wouldn't know how much they cost.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I looked. I put them in Amazon, put them into the eBay. They're not too bad. I found a 64 gig card for $10.
Oh.
Yeah. They're not that big, and you can get high. What I would do is get the highest level class. That way, it's the fastest speed.
Right.
Yes, that's exactly what I looked into.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's not too bad. We'll get into the cons of only having 32 gigs on
Sure.
your system at some point, but
Before
the
you get too
pros.
deep into it, let's hear from Chris super quick on whether he was excited or not, and then go back into the pros.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Oh yeah. Well, to be honest, I have mixed feelings about it. Like Dante said, I'm excited about the tech. I'm excited for what's going to come out with it. But that press conference was garbage. I did not like it at all.
That is a good point. Like, it was the most awkward press conference
Like
I have seen because of the translators.
it felt like the PlayStation 4 Pro conference. Like the
Yeah, it's just out of place. Like, no emotion. Like, it's just
like
it's
it
really
should
weird.
have been a direct. There's no reason why
Yeah,
they even had the conference in the first place. It should have been a
I mean, no,
direct.
they could have that in Japan, but then prepare people that speak English and have a different audience for the American conference.
Yeah,
So
and I don't want to bash Nintendo or anything like that, but like some of the things that they said or some of the people that they brought on stage to say, it just really didn't capture me. Like the whole thing with EA, you brought them EA out to announce FIFA. I know FIFA is really popular
yeah,
among everyone, but you just brought them out to say about one game.
it's old news to me, but it's cool that they're bringing it to the Switch.
Yeah,
It's
it
but it's
Well,
nothing new. So
I mean, it's a big deal for EA to support them with a sports game.
that's true. That's
I
true.
if I remember correctly, they did not with the Wii U.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
I think they had one Madden game, if I'm remembering correctly, and that was it.
yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Actually, that yeah, one Madden game,
Uh,
and then
It was just the one with Megatron on the cover, right?
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
actually,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Um, but yeah, I think that's a big deal that they're bringing sports games. NBA 2K and FIFA. That's a big deal. This is stuff that they weren't getting in the previous generation.
They also had Sega came on stage just to wave and then leave and say, "Yeah, we're gonna do a game. All right, bye."
Yeah, like it just felt really weird and awkward. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I actually have mine pre-ordered already. I pre-ordered Zelda. I pre-ordered the Mario Kart Deluxe one, which is just found out now that the fact that there's no new tracks for the game, which I thought was weird, but it doesn't matter to me because I never played Mario Kart 8 to begin with. So I mean, I don't know. I'll miss it. I'll get to
Yeah,
play the games that I missed out on the Wii U because I traded in my Wii U within probably the first 6 months of me even having it. So
yeah.
So you both pre-ordered it because I know Mike did as well.
Yep, I
Um,
did.
so I'm the only one that hasn't pre-ordered it.
and like I know I pre-ordered it because I was at work. I went to work right after the conference ended, and I work overnight. And like pre-orders opened at 4:30 in the morning on Amazon. And I was like, oh, yep, let me go ahead and do that right now, and did it, and that was it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got it right away because I was like, there are some promising things. I want to play Zelda on the Switch. I like obviously new technology, and for the site, we need to keep up to date with everything. Being a Nintendo fan, I was pretty stoked. So the fact that I saw Xenoblade 2, Zelda, Mario Odyssey, all those cool things, I wanted in right away because who knows how hard it was going to be to get. So I was like, screw it. Plus, the price
Sure.
point was awesome. Also, GameStop was offering amazing trade-in deals. I know, Dante, you got your Wii U way late in the game. I've had mine for since launch, day one, and I had like probably 15 games or 20 games, and I played the crap out of my Wii U, and I loved it. And it was really hard to sell it. In fact, I kept a few games. I kept Xenoblade for Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles X for Wii U, and then Zelda Skyward Sword with the golden Wiimote for Wii, just to have them for collectors things. And then I sold the rest of the games, and I got enough money to pay off the system, pay off Zelda, and pay off an extra remote.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's like an extra $85 or $75 for trading for the system, plus bonuses for the games, and an extra bonus when you put it towards the system.
That's
So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. It's so I easily just upgraded my Wii U to the Switch. So
so.
super.
Let's talk about this for a second. You did enough to pay off the system, pay off Zelda,
Yep.
and then on the remote. Let's talk about the prices for the remotes here. Those are pretty freaking crazy. Not gonna lie.
Aren't they? What, $50 for the regular remote, and the Pro controller is $80?
No, $80. No, it's like
It's 70, it's 70 for the
70 bucks
Pro.
for the 2 Joy-Cons,
Oh
and
yeah, that's right. Sorry.
and
And then $80 for the Pro controller.
yeah, but if you wanted 1 Joy-Con, it's $50.
I mean, it makes sense. Buy the two. That's stupid. Pay $70, buy the two or whatever. You know what I mean? But you know why it's that much, right?
I mean, I guess the technology in it, but the Pro controller to
Yeah.
be that much?
Well, the Pro controller has the Amiibo technology built inside of it. So it's not just a regular controller. It's got other sensor data in there and stuff like that to, communicate with the system and all the wireless capabilities and stuff like that. So it's not just. I mean, look at the Xbox One controller and the PlayStation controller, like
They're
$65.
$60. Yeah,
Yeah,
they cost as much as a game.
yeah, it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous, but that's the cost of them. So 10 extra bucks for different technology, I get it. It's not cool. I hate it, but I get it.
I just think that's
But
crazy.
let's go back to Dante's pros and cons list super quick. So let's recap because you kind of snuck them in there on me, dude. Which is fine, which is good.
Yeah,
So
yeah. These are, I mean, so just real quick. So the pros so far is that it's not region locked,
yes,
that it's a portable, a home device, and it has USB-C to charge.
which is sweet.
The expandable memory is cheap.
Yep.
To get into the next thing was 3 very heavy hitters in Zelda, Mario, and Xenoblade 2 all look great.
Yep.
All look like a reason to buy the system.
What's your side notes for those games?
Right next to Mario, it says "Wow." Right next to Xenoblade 2, it says "Woo," and right next to Zelda, it says "Only 6.5 weeks away." So that's how bad my handwriting is. You couldn't read that, but
no, I could. I just thought it was very energetic, and
yeah,
I wanted you to bring that energy. So.
yeah. The Ric Flair "Woo" was right next to Xenoblade 2. But yeah, 6.5 weeks away from Zelda is incredible. I mean, we've been waiting for this game for a very long time. I've lost track on how many E3s and Directs that it's been at. I bought a Wii U to play that game. That was the impetus of when I jumped onto it, and I will keep my Wii U and play it on that.
That's fine. And everybody has their own strategy and what they want to do. I kept mine for later on. Maybe I'll buy a used old Wii U sometime and play my other games so I can go back to them.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. It sucks. I hate that they keep putting out new systems that aren't backwards compatible.
Yeah,
it really bothers me. At least since they're doing something different with the Switch, having the cartridges. But come on, have it play 3DS cartridges too, because it's a portable device, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do that? Now I have a 3DS with a bunch of games. Do I keep it? Do I sell it? I'm gonna have 2 portable Nintendo devices now. Wow.
Yeah, I mean you can play regular DS games on the Wii U. It stands to reason that you could play a 3DS game on the Switch without 3D capability, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
Go ahead. Next.
The next two, yeah, the next two things is is a good and bad. It's that SNES games are going to have certain SNES games will have online play, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
The digital pricing and licensing is pretty crappy.
Yeah, that was the other part of that. Is
okay,
they've been less than transparent about how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're only 6.5 weeks as of right now. As of this recording, this system comes out in 6.5 weeks.
Yeah,
so we still don't have. We don't have all the information, which is strange.
They might be taking temperature of people as well, because if people are just raging about how crappy the digital is, like if we have to pay for stuff we've already purchased, and
sure,
you're buying digital games and you're not keeping them. Like if you unsubscribe to the Nintendo service, which is probably like what $50 to $70 a year or some crap like that. If you stop subscribing to it, you lose all those games.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the PlayStation Plus, right?
Right.
So. Do you
sure,
get the PlayStation Plus games if you unsubscribe? I thought you get to keep them.
No. As soon as your PlayStation Plus subscription ends, you lose the ability to play those games. But once you resubscribe, it unlocks again.
Okay, well at least they're still on your system and you have the option. Like they should do something like that where you just keep them instead of having them be like, all right, it's like a rental thingy. They expires in 48 hours. Play as much of it as you can. And we want another $14.99 from you.
Yeah, it's it's something that I hope Nintendo goes back and maybe changes their mind on certain things, because
Yeah.
that is very consumer unfriendly.
Yeah.
Say, oops, just kidding.
It's like,
Yeah.
you could
Well, I
you
mean,
this game for a month, and they're like, oh nope, we're taking it away.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the gaming public making a system manufacturer change their mind isn't something new. You know, the outcry at Xbox One changed their game delivery system and their always online functionality that was removed because the internet went bananas. And
Yeah.
Sony put that video out of, this is how you borrow games from us, and then just, they're trading a game. So
Yeah.
you didn't have to jump through hoops and things like that the original Xbox One was going to have.
I remember when that happened.
So the last two positives, are the adequate battery life, which I think that's in the sweet spot, like 3 hours, two and a half, 3 hours for Zelda, and like
Yeah.
6 hours for other games. Like that's pretty great for that size screen. That nice of a screen for that time frame is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, but like, what would be like the standby time? Like, say, if the fact of
You're not playing anything, you mean? It's just off in your bag?
Yeah, just off in your bag or whatever. Like, it could be at work or whatever.
Probably a lot longer, I would assume.
Hopefully.
You mean like if it's in sleep mode?
If it's in sleep mode, and like how long it lasts in sleep mode, and like how much battery it will drain.
Does it have an airplane mode or something like that?
Exactly.
You don't need to be online trying to use Wi-Fi and drain the batteries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think noticed that.
That's another good question. That we'll get into that's part of one of the things that's in my cons is the lack of concrete information.
Yeah.
I
learned some things through watching the Treehouse. Like, one of my major questions was, can you stream with it? Does it have HDMI on the actual device, or is it just in the cradle? And from watching the Treehouse, it looks like that the HDMI is literally just in the cradle, not on the actual device. So if you want to stream anything or Twitch something, you have to do it at your TV. You can't just HDMI into the device or whatever like that. It could be wrong, but from how
that's
they
right.
rotated it around and showed everything, I didn't see any HDMI ports on it, and they did some examples where like, all right, now we're twitching this with Mario Kart. No, pull it out of the cradle, and they pulled it out as soon as they did. The feed died, and they switched cameras to the table, and they're like, okay, that's exactly how it's going to work. So, anyway,
and that's understandable. That's understandable with the battery life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the great things about airplane mode is you're stopping Wi-Fi, lowering the brightness, and you get a little extra juice.
Right.
Yeah.
But the last thing, and this is one thing that we talked about last week, but I'm including it in the Pro because I think this is the sweet spot, is the price point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The $300 price point, I think, is the sweet spot of, what they could get away with.
I was sold when I heard that. I was like, "Oh, I can do that. That's not bad."
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like 400 or more, and I'm like, "No, all right, that's perfect."
Sure. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you and I both had $299.
Yeah, we had $299. We
and
guessed 300, and then 400.
But we all thought that there would be a second SKU of higher memory and things like that. So we were wrong on that. But
they had bundles, though. In all fairness,
yeah,
extra controllers and like 4 games or whatever.
Sure.
Like that, or 3 games.
Sure.
But yeah.
So I mean, those are the pros. I mean, I think there's more than enough good here to warrant a purchase if you either didn't have a Wii U or are willing to trade in everything like Mike did. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take him to task for that. They've got enough cons for me to have questions, but if you don't have a Wii U, I think it's a good purchase.
And keep in mind, I still kept stuff. I didn't trade everything in. I kept enough to keep just in case if I rebought the system, like the hard to find games. But even doing that and keeping some, I still got plenty of money to pay the whole thing off. So that says a lot that they're trying to push the system hard and they're offering those bonuses for people.
Are you gonna get another cradle? Since I know that's $100 right there.
What do you mean?
If you want a second docking station, if you have a second TV and you wanted a second docking station, it's $90.
No, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. I only have one TV, so it doesn't mean anything. I don't know.
Yeah, but the option is there for people. The implication is that the option is there for people with multiple
that makes
TVs.
Sense. The docking cradle is an integral part of the system. It shouldn't be like $5.
Oh no, I didn't think it would be $5. I didn't think it would be like.
No, I know. I'm just just saying that, but yeah, right. what was there was one other thing that I was going to bring up about the Switch, but I completely forgot. Um, oh, it was about the launch titles, right?
Oh man.
I
So
have that in the con.
yeah, that's definitely a con. I feel like there's not as much launch titles. Zelda obviously is a launch title, which is great, but it's going to be on the Wii U as well. But I'm still getting it for the Switch. What do you guys think about the 1-2 Switch that uses the controller technology and a bunch of mini games?
It's
What,
Wii
what do you think
Sports.
about that? You think so? Yeah, or like Nintendo World,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah,
That's it's honestly what it
or
is.
Nintendo Land or whatever the hell it was called. I forgot.
And honestly, I think they should have waited till holiday to release the system. To be perfectly honest,
till
they'll.
the till December or November? I don't think so.
I
I want
mean,
it. I want it now.
yeah, I understand we want it now, but think of the fact of this: like you have Mario, you have Zelda, you have 1-2 Switch, you have other games that probably we don't know about that they're probably going to like wait
Well,
for
they have
either.
over 80 titles in development, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and to release like a big chunk of that during holiday season with the system, I think that would be like boom, splash, done, and like, we're back
Yeah.
on track.
Well, just like Jeff from our site, one of our writer or editors, he said that it's just like PlayStation 4 launch. They had Killzone, that was a crappy game. It wasn't that good. And there was like, I forget the other game. It wasn't
Knack,
that
That's
good.
there's
that's such a false equivalency.
yeah,
That's such a false
What
equivalency.
games what were you excited
No,
for at the
okay,
launch
okay,
for
just
PS4?
just for transparency, the PS4 and the Xbox had a Call of Duty, a Battlefield, a Madden, of an NBA, FIFA, and Assassin's Creed from the ground up. Like those are all like Dead Rising. Like there was better games available and and a larger variety of games available on Xbox One and
Not at day
PS4 than there
one. I don't
was
remember
on.
that all
That's
being available
yeah.
day
That was
one.
actually all day
I,
one. To be
those
honest,
were like that. That is a false equivalency. I'm not gonna freaking like love the launch of the PS4 and Xbox One, but to compare the launches of these two as if they're the same is wrong. It's flat
I
out
mean,
wrong.
do you guys play all those games all the time? Do you love those games?
honestly,
Because I
I
do.
I
I
And to
bought
me,
bought
that's like
4 or 5 of those.
nothing.
I bought
So
4 or 5
I
of those
bought
launch titles before I even.
yeah. I mean I bought both systems at launch, and I bought 3 games on each system.
I got more games on Xbox than I did on PlayStation because I wasn't happy with the offering. Because I'm like, why am I going to get those games on PlayStation if I have them already for Xbox or vice versa? I'm just like, and I don't play sports games unless it's NHL. So that's why I was like, eh.
And that's fine. We're we're splitting hairs on it a little bit, but
Yeah.
to call Nintendo the Switch lineup and say that it's the same as the PS4 is just flat out incorrect.
Well, I mean, if you want to just label it, then there's tons of other games that are coming out for the Switch on day one. They just don't look good to me.
Well,
At
sure,
least.
but one of them is like Rayman Legends from 2013. One of them's Just Dance 2017. One of them's I Am Setsuna, which is from the last summer.
Yeah. But you can
You
also
know, like
say Madden, Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, and all those other games have been out for a long time, so it's nothing new either. It's just a refresh.
yeah, but
Those
those were
brand new
from the
games.
ground up.
Yeah, those were from the ground up for that system. Those weren't like remakes. Those weren't rehashes. Those were actually built from the ground up for that game. And Assassin's Creed came out. Actually, the games came out a week before the system even came out. So like we had the games, we were just waiting on the system to come out. And the fact of like the PS3, when you could be like, oh, you pay $10 extra bucks, you can get the PS4 version of the game.
Yeah, that was smart of them to do when that happened when they were doing the transition.
Yeah,
Like I don't care about Call of Duty, but a lot of people do, and that was a huge selling point for those systems. I like
That's the one I
Battlefield,
wanted
but
buying.
sure, like I'm not really a big fan of Battlefield, not like a huge fan, but again, that's a big game that people wanted to play.
And I'm a huge fan. So
Madden played really well. Yeah, like NBA was incredible. Like, there was very good games available at launch. Assassin's Creed Black Flag was a very good game,
I already had that on the Xbox 360. I wasn't gonna buy it again.
but you
That's the
didn't have
thing.
Black Flag.
Yeah, did. I did.
You did
Yeah.
because you're so much cooler than all of us.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was like, I am. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I already that's the thing. Some of those games that came out on launch, I already had for the 360 because I have a huge 360 library. I'm like, I'm not rebuying it.
I bought it on
Just
PS3,
rebuy it
and then I
for
was
a
like,
different
you know what?
system.
I'm gonna go ahead and do $10, and I'm gonna go own it on my PS4. and I did
We're
that.
getting sidetracked.
Well, anyway, we're getting sidetracked majorly. But
Because
I'm
you
sure
yelled
it's
at us.
interesting for people. They're probably sitting there arguing themselves.
You yelled at us. You yelled at us.
All right. So okay. So what does the Nintendo Switch do to the releases that on the other platforms that we're talking about? By the way, to everybody, I love my PlayStation 4. I play it now more than any other system. I don't. I have an Xbox One, but I mainly use it for the. I have an Xbox One S, and I use it mainly for the 4K videos, and that's pretty much it. And Battlefield 1 every once in a while, but I have rebought a lot of those games on PlayStation 4 because
That's where your friends are.
that's where I'm at. So
Right?
that's where my friends are. That's where I created my ecosystem. No, because their chat platform's way better, I think, than I have less problems on PlayStation 4 than I do on Xbox. And I have a gaming router, and everything's open, and everything's fine, and I'm a tech person, so it's not that. And you're like, oh, you just don't know what you're doing. No, I do. It's just I have less issues with PlayStation than I do with Xbox. So, but anyways, I digress. Back to the main point. Nintendo Switch is coming out in the middle of the year. It's like, what? Not middle, but semi-middle, beginning, first quarter.
Yeah, it's spring.
So,
You know,
like,
a spring launch for a console.
yeah. And there's going to be other games coming out at the same time as the Switch is coming out with Zelda. So we're going to have Horizon, Zero Dawn, and then a little bit later Mass Effect Andromeda. Right? So, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I don't think. I mean, they're not going to do anything with Horizon. I think they're going to keep that date. Mass Effect, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep that date as well. I mean, nothing's going to.
I mean, they came out first. They announced their stuff way first. I think Nintendo's just trying to weasel their way in and try to, I think it's stupid to try to compete with big titles like that. But
I mean, it is pretty silly to do that, especially with a hardware launch. And who's to say that there may be any extras available when it launches? Because it may be sold out as far as
I
like
think
reservers.
that's why I pre-ordered it. I mean, I have a feeling that it's going to be like the Wii U at first. It's going to be very hard to find, or the NES redo or whatever. It's going to be hard to find.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be extremely hard to find because I'm pretty sure I have not heard of an NES another shipment coming through
No,
or anything. So
no, I haven't seen that at all either. By the way, speaking of hard to find, I saw 2 PlayStation VRs at Best Buy the other day by my house.
oh man,
nice. Welcome back, VR.
Right? They're just sitting on the shelf. They just literally stocked them. The guy said
Nice.
they got them in. So,
Huh? Was it the $500 one or the $400 one?
the $400 one.
Okay.
That's the one with just the headset?
Yeah.
Just the headset. Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, looking over to the right on the shelf, they had plenty of Move controllers and plenty of cameras. So,
Yeah.
like, if I wanted to buy it all, I could have just bought it all right there.
I don't know why I continually have to be reminded about that, but for some reason I'm not retaining the fact that the $400 one doesn't come with everything.
No,
dumb.
I know, because
It's
a
dumb
huge
on my
price-
part.
It's a big
It's really
price
dumb on my
point,
part.
and that's a whole other podcast. So, but yeah, okay. So we're thinking that Nintendo Switch coming out with Zero Dawn, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Mass Effect is not going to be a big deal because people that want those games are they pre-order them anyways, or they're going to get them regardless.
Yeah.
And it's not going to impact the Switch.
I'm not worried at all about Mass Effect. I am. I do feel a little bit bad about Horizon just because that's a brand new
IP.
game. It's a brand new IP. Having to fight for market share with a system launch and Zelda.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll probably push up the date?
I think they'll leave it the way it is, but Sony's going to have to push that game to make sure people,
Honestly,
realize, hey, it's coming out.
I think they might do some online. I mean, they might not, but if I were them, I would drop the price a little bit or something, or do some online sales for digital copies only to sell more, to get people to be like, hey, remember, we're launching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it just came out, but maybe day one discount or something, and then it goes away and it's back to full price or something.
Yeah.
To get people's attention.
Me and Chris have been looking forward to that game for a long time, so it's more just like a sour grapes and man.
The gameplay looks great. It's interesting.
Yeah. I was hoping to be able to play through the whole thing before I, got Zelda.
Well, you're gonna,
no.
right? Because you're waiting till Christmas to pick up the Switch.
No, I'm gonna buy a Zelda on the Wii U.
If it's even available.
It's launching on the 3rd along with the Switch.
No, I mean if you can find a copy if you didn't pre-order it.
Are you talking about Zelda?
Yeah.
I got that, homie. It's all good.
Okay, because I'm thinking all the people that didn't get Switches are gonna buy it for the Wii U.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
All right. What else you guys have? Chris, you mentioned. I know. Well, in the Destiny world today, Iron Banner launched and started. So have at it. That's been fun. I'm going to be playing that for the night. And then Injustice.
Yes.
About that, Chris?
All right. Yeah. And NetherRealm Studios, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, just released their story trailer for Injustice 2, which comes out on May 16th, I believe. Yeah, May 16th. To me, I find the trailer looks pretty awesome. It looks pretty interesting how the fact they have Superman chained up, like he's a prisoner, like he did something wrong. I find that pretty interesting, and I don't know. I like the first Injustice game like a lot. Like even though I played as like Green Arrow was mostly the whole time when I was fighting my friends because I would be cheating like that. But I mean, that's just me. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first one a lot, and I can't wait for the second one. And they came out with actually a deluxe edition and a ultimate edition for the game, which I thought was interesting. That has a couple little things in there. So I get to the story, which I just posted on the site here. Let me go through. Okay.
I love the first one. Yeah, I had it on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
I love the hell out of that game.
With the deluxe edition, you get 3 DLC fighters, one premier skin, transforming your Supergirl into Power Girl, with all new look, voice, and dialogue. That's interesting. And then with the Ultimate Edition, which of course costs $100, comes with 9 DLC fighters and 3 premier skins. Transform Flash, Green Lantern, and Supergirl into alternate characters with new looks, voices, and dialogue.
Sweet.
So the Flash is going to be the Reverse Flash, and Green Lantern's going to be Jon Stewart?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
So there's 9 extra characters that are going to be sold separately?
Yes.
That's right? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to be.
Got it.
So are they, with the new one, are they going to be just all DLC purchases, or can you still unlock people? I feel like fighting games are going away from beat the game with different characters to unlock characters, and you need to buy them all now.
Now, I think what's probably going to happen with this one, that you can actually play through the game, and you'll eventually unlock the pre-order character if you didn't pre-order it and you buy it just day one or whatever. Because if you pre-order it, you get Darkseid.
Oh, cool.
So, like, I'm assuming he's probably in the game already. You just need to play through it to unlock him if you didn't pre-order it. So, hopefully it's like that. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
We'll see, I guess.
Yes, we will.
Sweet.
Is there anybody not on that official roster list that you really want?
From what I can see,
is there going to be Zoom? That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet, but I don't think there would be. I mean,
if it's probably not on the roster list, but that would be one that I would like to see. That'd be cool. Or even if it's a costume, but not even a costume, because you'd have to change like the voice and the glowy effects and stuff.
The thing I think they're probably going to do is that they're going to have one of the 9 DLC fighters is going to end up being like the villain in either Wonder Woman movie that's coming out soon or the Justice League movie that's coming out later this year.
Okay. So are you saying that the Flash guy, that character, is going to be the guy from the movie? So it's going to be a different actor?
I doubt it. I think he's going to be like from the show because they did
TV show. Okay.
Yeah, they did
I hope so.
Green.
I like him.
They did the Green Arrow one from the show for the first one. So I'm imagining they're going to do the same thing here. But no, like as far as like the villain was, because they added Zod in the first one.
Oh. Okay.
And that was when Man of Steel came out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I had that. Yeah.
So like, I'm thinking with one of the characters is probably going to end up being one of the 9 DLC characters are going to end up being like the villain or something like that from one of those movies that come out later this year.
Like Reverse Flash, Zoom, or like
Ares. Isn't Ares the villain for Wonder Woman?
Yeah, her aunt,
in the movie,
her aunt or whatever.
Yes, I believe so. But is she the villain in the movie?
I don't know about the movie, but the TV show, her aunt is.
Yeah.
That's cool. That'd be neat.
Yeah, Darkseid was one of those characters I was really hoping to get in and get in this one, and I'm glad they just unveiled him because he looks great, and I hope we end up with a really cool apocalypse level.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
I wonder what the transitions will be when you're knocking people through walls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
right.
going through like a bunch of the
concrete.
yeah yeah all the magma and lava from Apocalypse all over the place.
Yeah, that'd be
But
sweet.
yeah, I'm hoping like we get some characters like Swamp Thing or Orion. Since we got Darkseid, maybe we'll get Orion,
Maybe.
Superboy Prime, or Beast Boy. That'd be sweet.
That'd be cool.
It'd be interesting. Who was the? Did any of you guys see the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition?
Yeah.
Who was a character at the pit of the end of the movie when Luthor was at the pit, like in the pool of whatever of the ship or whatever, and like there was like
Talking
three.
about Aquaman?
No.
I don't know. I don't know then.
When Luthor was getting arrested, and there was like this guy was standing in front of him who had like three squares, and I'm assuming Luthor had to pick one of them. It was like only lasted like maybe a couple seconds. I forgot who that character was.
I don't know. I'll have to watch that again and look. I mean, I own it, so I'll just watch it. It's interesting. I don't remember.
But yeah, what I
I
have,
think that.
what? No, I was just saying what I've been playing recently is honestly I've been playing Ark, and
Yeah, I don't know much about that game, but I see you playing it a lot.
it just imagine a yeah, Jurassic Park kind of a thing. And they're wild with dinosaurs that everywhere. They will eat you.
Is it an MMO?
No, it's more like it's more like Minecraft.
That's what okay, because I thought there was like resources in your building stuff, and
Yeah,
you're running around hunting and crap. It's
yeah.
not like
You're
there's stuff like that.
constantly building, getting resources, building and
But there's
hunting.
guns too. There's guns and dinosaurs.
Yes, and you have to get your level up in order for you to actually unlock the skill to create a gun. And you gotta get the spark powder, the gunpowder, and all that stuff. It's very time consuming, and it can be very annoying, and it can be very difficult because at some point when you build a base and you think you build it perfectly, you go to sleep, and then next thing you know you spawn, and like you go to turn it on and be like, oh well, I'm going back to spawn, but it turns out the fact that like something killed you, someone broke in your base and killed you. Like it could be a dinosaur, or it could be an actual person that came in and decided like, hey, you know what, I'm going to wreck your house.
It sounds not fun. You're saying on the game, Chris.
Well, I mean, it has its moments.
Sounds frustrating as hell.
It is frustrating.
I've been playing besides Destiny. I've been playing that a lot. I've been playing what's that? Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm loving it. I had it for a long time, just never played it, and I'm just got up. One day I got up to level 8 because I just grinded all day.
Oh, nice.
Which was fun. The story's really good. I'm digging it. And then I bought the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare / Modern Warfare Remaster Edition thing because it went on sale from $79 to $54, and then I had a $10 off coupon at Best Buy. So I got that. I just installed it. I haven't played it yet, but that will be next on my list. Yep.
What about you, Dante?
Finished up playing Uncharted 2 again. Just recently, and then I know. I'm trying to not play any Zelda because I was actually in the middle of playing Wind Waker on the Wii U.
Because you'll burn yourself out.
I know, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get away from it. But I started playing Uncharted 2 again the other day, and then finished that up, and then still going through the DLC from Tomb Raider as well.
Sweet.
So, are you going to go through Uncharted 2, 3, and 4, or are you just going to like just doing?
I played 4, early in 2016, obviously, and then I played Uncharted 1 at one point, and then now I'm playing. I just finished up 2, so I just started the first couple levels of Uncharted 3, and I forgot how good that game was. So I might We'll see what I end up doing with time frame wise. I've taken a break from Final Fantasy 15 just so I can go back to it with fresh eyes and
Yeah,
then do
I'm
some of
waiting
the
till they
end.
patch it. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it a couple more chapters and then stop, just because I don't want to.
yeah. I would stop at chapter 8 and don't get on the boat and just run around
Okay.
and do side quests if you want.
Okay, then I
But
will do
that's
that.
what I'm doing is just like getting into the end game content basically. So,
Sweet.
but yeah, I just excited about Zelda. You know, you got 6 weeks away from that, and then Horizon to go from there.
Awesome. All right, well, that's all we have for the podcast, guys. Thanks for listening and joining us here, and keep up. Stay tuned for the next one next week. All right, let us know what you guys think too in our Facebook community, GameGravy, about this podcast, or just comment below in the video below. And yeah, we'll see you next week, guys. Take care. Bye.
All right, see ya.
See you later, guys.